Our story takes place in the sunny neighborhood of Willow Creek, a haven for humans, and, more importantly, a diverse cast of hilarious felines. This picturesque locale is not just a sanctuary for its human residents but also a playground for a variety of cats, each with their own unique personality and quirks. From the moment the sun rises, the neighborhood comes alive with the antics of these furry comedians, providing endless entertainment for anyone lucky enough to witness their escapades. First, we have Whiskers, a fluffy Persian with a penchant for napping in the most inconvenient places. Whether it's on top of a freshly folded pile of laundry or smack dab in the middle of the kitchen floor, Whiskers has a knack for finding the most awkward spots to catch some Z's. His favorite pastime is turning everyday objects into his personal bed, much to the chagrin of his human companions. But who could stay mad at that adorable face for long? Then there's Mittens, a sleek Siamese with a bottomless stomach and an insatiable appetite for tuna. Mittens is the kind of cat who will follow you around the house, meowing incessantly until you give in to her demands for food. Her love for tuna is so intense that she can sniff out a can being opened from a mile away. And once she gets a whiff, there's no stopping her from getting her paws on that delicious treat. Her antics at mealtime are a sight to behold as she performs acrobatic feats to get closer to her beloved tuna. Sir Reginald, a hairless sphinx, prides himself on his sophisticated demeanor despite his rather comical appearance. With his wrinkled skin and large ears, Sir Reginald looks like he stepped straight out of an ancient Egyptian painting. He carries himself with an air of regality, often found lounging on the highest perch in the house, surveying his kingdom. But don't let his serious expression fool you. Sir Reginald has a playful side that comes out when you least expect it, making him a delightful contradiction. Patches, a mischievous calico, lives up to her name with her unpredictable antics and love for all things messy. Patches is the resident troublemaker, always getting into things she shouldn't. Whether it's knocking over a vase or unraveling a roll of toilet paper, Patches keeps her human family on their toes. Her playful nature is infectious, and it's hard not to laugh at her shenanigans, even when she's making a mess. Her favorite toys are anything she can bat around, and she has a particular fondness for chasing after crumpled pieces of paper. Luna, a graceful black cat, embraces her nocturnal nature, often found prowling the neighborhood under the cloak of darkness. Luna is the epitome of mystery and elegance, with her sleek black fur and piercing green eyes. She moves with a silent grace, slipping through the shadows like a whisper. At night, she becomes the queen of the neighborhood, exploring every nook and cranny with a sense of purpose. Her nocturnal adventures are the stuff of legend, and the other cats look up to her as a fearless leader. And let's not forget Oliver, a ginger tabby with a penchant for cardboard boxes and a heart full of simple pleasures. Oliver is the kind of cat who finds joy in the little things. Give him a cardboard box, and he's in heaven. He loves to curl up inside, peeking out with wide eyes, ready to pounce on any unsuspecting passerby. His playful nature and love for simple toys make him a favorite among the neighborhood children, who often join him in his games. Last but not least, there's Cleo, a sassy Russian blue, whose curiosity often leads her into hilarious predicaments. Cleo is the adventurer of the group, always on the lookout for something new to explore. Her inquisitive nature means she's constantly getting herself into sticky situations, whether it's getting stuck in a tree or accidentally locking herself in a closet. But her sass and determination always see her through, and she never fails to come out on top, much to the amusement of her fellow felines. Together, these feline friends navigate the ups and downs of daily life, leaving a trail of laughter and chaos in their wake. Their interactions are a constant source of amusement as they play, fight, and cuddle their way through each day. The bond they share is evident in the way they look out for each other, and their collective antics are a testament to the joy and companionship that cats bring into our lives. Get ready to dive into a world of feline fun as we follow these quirky characters on their hilarious adventures. From the early morning sunbathing sessions to the late-night escapades, there's never a dull moment in Willow Creek. So sit back, relax, and prepare to be entertained by the delightful and unpredictable world of the felines of comedy. Whether you're a cat lover or just in need of a good laugh, these furry friends are sure to bring a smile to your face. Whiskers, true to his nature, found himself in a rather peculiar situation. This wasn't the first time, nor would it be the last, that his curiosity led him into an unexpected adventure. Whiskers had a knack for turning the mundane into the extraordinary, and today was no exception. It all started with a rogue feather toy, abandoned by a forgetful child in the backyard. The toy, with its vibrant colors and enticing movement, was a magnet for any curious cat. Whiskers, always on the lookout for something new to explore, couldn't resist its allure. Now anyone who knows Whiskers knows his love for a good nap. His favorite pastime was finding the perfect spot to curl up and drift into a peaceful slumber. Whether it was a sunlit windowsill or a cozy corner of the couch, Whiskers could sleep just about anywhere. So, when he stumbled upon the feather toy, conveniently nestled in the crook of a tree branch, he saw it as an ideal napping spot. The tree branch was sturdy and offered a perfect vantage point to survey his kingdom. Plus, the feather toy added a touch of whimsy to his new resting place. Up he climbed, his fluffy white fur blending seamlessly with the clouds, until he reached the coveted feather toy. The climb was effortless for Whiskers, who had always been an agile and adventurous cat. He felt a sense of accomplishment as he settled into his new perch. Settling down with a contented purr, Whiskers drifted off to sleep, oblivious to the world below. The gentle sway of the branch and the soft rustling of leaves created a soothing lullaby. Whiskers was in his element, completely at peace. Little did he know, his chosen resting place had a striking resemblance to a bird's nest, at least from afar. The way he was curled up, with his fluffy tail wrapped around him, made him look like a giant fluffy bird. It was an innocent mistake, but one that would soon cause quite a stir. The neighborhood was in an uproar. People couldn't believe their eyes when they saw what appeared to be a massive bird nestled in the old oak tree. Whispers and murmurs spread quickly, and soon everyone was talking about the mysterious creature. Word spread like wildfire about the giant, fluffy bird that had taken residence in the old oak tree. Neighbors gathered, pointing and speculating about the identity of this unusual visitor. Some thought it was a rare species, while others believed it was a sign of good luck. Birdwatchers flocked from miles around, binoculars at the ready, eager to catch a glimpse of this rare and majestic creature. Cameras clicked and people jostled for the best view. It was a spectacle that brought the community together, all thanks to Whiskers and his love for a good nap. Eventually, Whiskers woke up, stretching and yawning, completely unaware of the commotion he had caused. As he looked around, he noticed the crowd below and the many eyes fixed on him. Confused, he tilted his head, trying to understand what all the fuss was about. Deciding it was time to leave his perch, Whiskers gracefully climbed down the tree. The crowd watched in awe as the giant bird transformed back into an ordinary cat. Whiskers, with his usual nonchalance, walked away, leaving the neighborhood buzzing with excitement and stories to tell. The tale of the giant, fluffy bird became a local legend, a story that would be told and retold for years to come. And Whiskers? He continued his adventures, always finding new ways to surprise and delight those around him. After all, life with Whiskers was never dull. Meanwhile, down on the ground, a culinary crime was taking place. The kitchen, usually a place of order and delicious aromas, had become the scene of a mysterious heist. Mittens, the Siamese with a nose for all things fishy, had detected the unmistakable aroma of tuna. Her whiskers twitched with excitement as she followed the scent trail. It was emanating from the kitchen counter where a plate of freshly opened tuna sandwiches awaited their human consumers. The tantalizing smell was too much for Mittens to resist. Now, Mittens had principles, but those principles flew out the window when tuna was involved. Her eyes narrowed with determination, and her mind raced with thoughts of the delicious feast that lay ahead. She devised a plan, a cunning strategy that would put her in tuna paradise. She knew she had to be careful, for the humans were always vigilant when it came to their food. With the stealth of a seasoned ninja, she crept towards the counter, her sleek body navigating the kitchen obstacles with practiced ease. She moved silently, her paws barely making a sound on the tiled floor. One by one the tuna sandwiches vanished, leaving behind only a trail of crumbs and the faint scent of tuna. Mittens savored each bite, her taste buds dancing with delight. The human residents returned, baffled by the disappearing act of their lunch. They looked around in confusion, trying to piece together the mystery of the missing sandwiches. Accusatory eyes fell upon each other, whispers of a sandwich thief echoing through the house. Fingers were pointed and voices were raised, but no one could figure out who the culprit was. Little did they know, the true culprit was a furry fiend with a satisfied grin and a belly full of tuna. Mittens, now comfortably full, watched the chaos unfold with a smug expression, knowing she had pulled off the perfect heist. As the humans continued their fruitless search for answers, Mittens licked her paws clean, savoring the last remnants of her delicious meal. She had outsmarted them all, and she knew it. With a final stretch and a satisfied yawn, Mittens settled down for a well-deserved nap. She had earned it, after all. The mystery of the missing tuna was solved, at least in her mind. The humans, unable to solve the mystery, eventually gave up and left the kitchen, their shoulders slumped in defeat. They would never know the true mastermind behind the great tuna heist. Mittens, now deep in a peaceful slumber, dreamed of her next adventure. Who knew what culinary delights awaited her in the future? One thing was certain: Mittens would always be ready for the next heist. Sir Reginald, the epitome of feline grace and sophistication, found himself in a most undignified situation. It all started with a harmless sunbeam streaming through the living room window. Naturally, being a hairless sphinx, Sir Reginald gravitated towards the warmth, basking in the golden rays like a lizard on a rock. Unbeknownst to him, his human had decided to indulge in some arts and crafts, specifically finger painting. Now picture this: Sir Reginald, lost in a sun-induced slumber, when suddenly, a tiny human hand covered in bright blue paint made contact with his pristine pink skin. The result was nothing short of catastrophic. Sir Reginald, once a vision of feline elegance, now resembled an abstract masterpiece, his pink skin adorned with blue handprints. The indignity, the horror, the sheer betrayal. The human, oblivious to the feline drama unfolding before her, continued to giggle and clap, mistaking Sir Reginald's shocked expression for one of amusement.